South Korea has been able to outperform itself in economic and technological terms, evolving into a true tech and financial powerhouse. As the country lacks natural resources, it mostly owes this extraordinary performance to its educational system. Yet, this overperformance has its downsides as well. Korea is one of the least emotionally intelligent countries in the world. This means that its populace is not sufficiently aware of its own feelings, how to manage them, and how they affect themselves and others. Students in particular are heavily affected by this. According to the OECD, the leading cause of death among young Koreans is suicide, and over half of Korean students have considered putting an end to their lives. What causes this? The limited options for higher education leads to a demanding educational system that puts an immense pressure on students to perform well. The three best universities, Seoul, Korea, and Yonsei University have limited availability, and getting there is a must for obtaining a well-remunerated job in the future. Moreover, getting accepted into these universities depends on one exam, the Suneung. This exam tests a large variety of subjects on just one day and determines for a big part Koreans' future. This educational regime has been in detriment of social skills and incremented stress among Korean youth. With students individually spending up to 16 hours a day for school in order to prepare for the feared Suneung exam, social relationships are near impossible to build. Considering that the demanding education is a source of national pride, it is enviable to, for example, cancel the Suneung exam. But how students respond to the stress can be managed. For this, Korea can take lessons from Singapore, a country that also had low rates of emotional intelligence but decided to use its educational system for fostering this. They decided to incorporate tasks related to emotional intelligence into their national curriculum, with more group work, self-reflection, and teachers raising awareness on the importance of mental health. Incorporating emotional intelligence into the Korean school system is not without its challenges. While changes have been made over the years to improve students' well-being, major reform to the curriculum will likely be met with pushback. But although there are obstacles, there are also opportunities. The increased strain on mental health due to the COVID-19 pandemic has exposed to countries around the world the importance of effective emotional coping strategies. The continuing changes to the curriculum have also shown how bureaucrats are re-evaluating the importance of a humane educational system. Initially, the goal will be to inform teachers of the importance of emotional intelligence training. The Ministry of Education will be tasked with creating guidelines that emphasize the purpose of teaching emotional intelligence, and which describe strategies to implement emotional intelligence into everyday subjects. The strengthening of student-teacher relationships is an important midterm goal as well. Building a sense of trust between teachers and their students will help them be open about their feelings, and learn to understand the importance of emotional intelligence training for themselves. Once emotional intelligence has been fully incorporated into the curriculum, teachers and students will be able to break the stigma surrounding mental illness, and as students come to learn skills and values associated with greater emotional intelligence, they will continue to adopt these into regular work and school behavior throughout Korean society. The final goal is to reduce suicide rates by 20% within 10 years of full implementation.